Hey guys, Dan Hitoshi here. I wanted to take a moment to tell you about Extra Life. Extra Life is the Children's Mercy Miracle Network Hospital's fundraising program within the gaming community. Participants fundraise year-round to pledge to game for 24 hours with one goal: to save and improve the lives of sick and injured kids. Funds raised stay local to help pediatric patients at 170 Children's Miracle Network hospitals across North America. Since 2008, Extra Life has raised more than $30 million for member hospitals. The movement, formed by gamers bonded by passion, is committed to saving and improving the lives of local kids. Your donation is tax deductible and will make miracles happen for families who desperately need them. The link in the description below will take you to my Extra Life fundraising page. Once there, you can click the donate button at the top of the page to make a safe and easy online donation. I need your help to reach my goal for the kids. Thank you so much for supporting my efforts. Hey guys, don't forget, got two $25 giveaways going on right now, RP giveaways. One for getting 100 subscribers and one for hitting my $100 donation charity mark for my Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals charity drive. So, hit those links right below, one for to subscribe, one to go to my charity page, donate whatever you like, and we'll get right back into our video.
True appetite never wanes.
What's up guys, it's your boy Dan Hitoshi doing another League of Legends gameplay commentary where we are commentating on a game I just played. So, Tahm Kench in the top lane, we're up against a Fiora here, and it's not fair to the Fiora because I didn't op.gg look up on the game and the Fiora, and for the starter, it's like a bronze 4 player, and it looks like she's only got maybe 3 or 4 games on the Fiora total. So I knew right away that I could abuse this Fiora in lane, because Tahm Kench wins hard against a Fiora. She's squishy, and we're not, and we do a ton of damage when we get our stacks on her. So I knew right away that I was just going to be way ahead on this Fiora. And you'll see that come to pass here in a little bit. But I saw also that it's a Diamond Sona and what's essentially a Diamond Lee Sin in the mid lane against our Kassadin. So I'm like, okay, I might need to hard carry this game in order to be able to deal with the Lee Sin and the Sona. So I'm just sitting back passively waiting for these minions to kill each other because the Fiora is not here. And my goal is to zone this Fiora off of as much farm as physically possible. So I'm just letting the minions do the work. Good RNG sees our minion die first, and I'm able to pick up all 3 of the melees, and Fiora doesn't get any of them. She has more health than us to start with, which is pretty amusing, but it doesn't really matter because, well, it's Kench. There's nothing else to say other than the fact that you just simply dominate this matchup. So one of the things you want to do with Fiora is when you see these vitals come up and they're in an advantageous position for the Fiora, you actually want to walk away and drop them off. However, I see the Kindred's making her way up, so I'm just like, screw it, we're just going to go ham immediately. So the Kindred literally did 2 camps, red-blue, and then came and ganked, which is pretty aggressive gank pathing. I blew my flash to try and get that kill. I really didn't need to. Kindred apparently had it in the bag, but I wanted to get the kill for myself instead of letting the Kindred have it. So, you know, a little bit greedy, but it is what it is. Right now, I'm just letting the minion wave stack up as much as possible. I want this giant-ass wave to crash into the tower and deny her as much farm as possible. So I do that, then I come down here, try to ward, but the Zac actually shows up. And here, if I had my flash, this is a kill. Unfortunately, I didn't have my flash. So I just ping the Zac flash, for the last bush. It's time to go back. I can pick up boots. I can see with the gold that I have here that I can pick up boots, cloth armor, and a controller. Against most melee champions, most AD champions in lane, Ninja Tabi right now is just so OP, especially on Tahm Kench. Getting that early tier 2 boot for the movement speed, your base damages are pretty high already, so you don't really need to worry about getting like a damage item or a health stacking item. Just rushing that boot Ninja Tabi is just really good. So right here, just denying the Fiora farm. Head straight into the bush to drop the aggro from the creeps. And now we've got the wave pushing on our end, and the Fiora's playing back, so we can just sit back and farm. So curate the wave as necessary. Fiora is really bad. She just uses her riposte way too early, anticipating that I'm actually going to attack her back. And the thing with Tahm Kench is all of your abilities are a huge threat to her, so if she knows what she's doing, she's going to wait to try and riposte, either a Q or a W. This Fiora had no clue what she was doing, so she would riposte early, which told me I could just wait out that riposte while auto-attacking her. Normally what you want to do with Fiora is you want to keep auto-attacking her, because your base damage is more damage than she'll do, since you just simply stack armor and health, and you'll out-damage her. So the way you duel a Fiora is you literally just sit there and auto-attack her until she needs to riposte to prevent damage. And then once she's riposted, that's when you can stun her and eat her and finish her off. But you can see here, I'm just farming away. I've got the wave frozen in a perfect position here that she can't really do anything. She goes into the bush, and I'm pretty sure she takes it back here. But yeah, just sitting back farming. Got the wave in an advantageous position. I've got 37 farm, and she has 10. Denying her so much experience in farm here. My farming is fucking atrocious. I ward that bush just to make sure she's not, like, playing garbage tier, trying to ambush me out of the bush. But, I mean, really there's no threat from this Fiora at this point. We're so far ahead that we can just abuse the hell out of her. I'm actually looking to make a play somewhere else on the map at this point, because I've got the wave pushing. And I'm 2 levels up on the Fiora. But I come up here, and I'll just push this wave in again. So here I'm just going to try and poke around a little bit.
Rampage. Enemy killing spree. An ally has been defeated.
Minion blocks the Q. I can't really do anything to stop her from getting that farm under tower. What I can do is come up here and fight her.
I will consume all. I am the River King.
I should have autoed her one more time there before queuing her. If I autoed her first as she walked at me and then queued her, I would have killed her for sure. But I made a mistake there, and I wanted to queue her before autoing her, and then I blew my flash on a non-kill. Really bad.
We shall
And she blows her riposte here, expecting me to do something. Yeah, this Fiora was not very good at all. She's actually in a really good position here, especially with that Vital that just came on. So I walk all the way back to drop that Vital. But yeah, she backs here again with 17 farm in an advantageous position. So I'm just, alright, I'll keep farming. Now I take my back. I'm gonna go get Ninja Tabi, and I believe all the components for a Tiamat without actually being able to get the Tiamat. Yeah. And I'll get a control warp to round it out.
Creation is born, famished, and
And I
starved.
see there's nothing to do top side, and we're so far ahead that I want to try and make a play somewhere else on the map. So I literally just start walking bot lane here. I'm so far ahead that I can't. If Fiora's still letting that wave just push in, and it's in a bad spot for me. So with my wave pushing in, it's time for me to go make a play somewhere else on the map. So I come down here, put the control ward in the river, forces them off the wave so Draven can get some farm. I know that we saw Zac move into that lane bush there, so I make sure that they are aware Zac's there by pinging it out. And now I'm just kind of sitting waiting for something to happen. I'm in an advantageous position that I can ultimate either to the top or the bot, or I can simply block top or bot. Nautilus goes ham here. It doesn't really work out for him, but in the process all three get low, so I come down here, just waiting, see if the Zac makes a mistake, and he does. Too slow. He dies pretty much instantly to the Kindred. One kill onto the Sona. Q to finish off the Ashe. Fiora is teleporting to the bot lane, which is retarded. She should have taken this time to just push in the top lane. So another huge mistake by the Fiora. I'm trying to bait her into coming and fighting me, because I know that with the Kindred there for support, we'll just straight up 1v1 her easy as cake. She blows her flash here to get away from the Kindred. And I'm just proxying the wave. I want the waves to crash into the bot lane tower as much as possible. So I'm proxying these waves here. And if the Fiora stayed there, I'd go up and Q her, but the Sona makes it back enough to heal her up. So now, I've got my teleport and the Fiora doesn't, and I still have my ultimate, so I'm just going to teleport to the top lane to pick up this wave. I want to get the experience from this wave and as much gold as possible off of this wave. And I miss all this CS. The last three caster minions, because Tahm Kench's CSing under tower is not the greatest. You have to use your abilities smartly to try and get the CS. Still in a good spot here. I think I just flat out all in the Fiora and kill her here. Or I think she tries to all in me, which is a huge mistake. My tabbies just obliterates her. Yeah, she tries to all in me here, and I stun her and just start going to town on her. She runs in a straight line, which allows me to just Q her super easy. I didn't realize that the minion stopped right out of range, so instead of regenerating all that health, I had to pop my shield to make it back. And I'm watching, and I see that there's 4 dead here, so I start hitting the tower, but then immediately I'm like, oh wait, Lee Sin's missing and he could easily kill me here. Because this is essentially a Diamond Lee Sin, he knows what he's doing, so I'm going to start backing, but if I see this Lee Sin, which I just see him right now, I'm like, screw this noise, I'm out of here. I just ult straight out. Taunt him a little bit in chat, and then take my back, grab my Tiamat, basically all the components for the Titanic Hydra, and I'll work my way back to lane.
An ally has been slain.
Every heart has its own hunger.
Bot lane got killed by being overly aggressive. Fiora is doing Fiora things here. And here, again, it's the way that it works with the Fiora. She's trying to get away from me, but literally you just sit there and auto-attack her. We've got our tier 2 boots and she doesn't, so that kill was about as easy as it could possibly be. With the Tiamat, CSing becomes a lot easier. Have enough base attack damage now. Or we have enough attack damage now that last hitting creeps is pretty trivial. Fiora's already alive. And I know this, so I start pinging mid lane. I'm gonna ping pretty soon here that really Fiora. Fucking garbage. I can't believe the tower actually transferred its aggro to me there instead of the creep that was in range. That was pretty dumb. If I didn't have to walk away, then I don't die here. But I get greedy and I want to kill this tower. So I'm gonna take a death, which is pretty bad. She actually did a good job with her post there, which is amusing. And I know I'm dead here. I try to kite it out, hoping that the plant is there, but it's not. So I give up a death here to the Fiora, which is whatever. So my thought process here with the chain vest is to get some more armor, and now I'm waiting for a dagger. So I see I have an opportunity to teleport mid lane to prevent the Fiora from pushing it out. So I'll teleport straight to the mid lane. I've already got my Titanic Hydra, and at the last second as I'm buying that dagger, or at the last second as I'm teleporting, I can buy that dagger, and get the purpose of the dagger is because I'm so far ahead here, and I still think I need to carry this game, that I want to go towards its Trinity Force instead of more tank. Because I'm actually pretty far ahead, pretty fed here. I've got basically the most CS in the game, and I've got 4 kills. So I know I'm pretty fed. I want to get ahead, really finish this off. So right now I'm thinking Rift Herald is going to be a great pushing tool, especially for Tahm Kench. And we should start the Rift Herald up. But we see Zac here. We see them coming up to potentially fight this. So we turn away from the Rift Herald, start moving down. Good, Sona disengaged there. Honestly, they should have just ran as soon as they saw the Draven here, but they continue to contest this. So I'm just going to walk around the backside and do my work here. So the Lee Sin kicks the Nautilus. I flash to get out in front, to be a frontline zoning. And they're just going to go pressure it, and I know I can solo this Rift Herald pretty easy. So I start chugging a potion, and I'm just going to go solo the Rift Herald. I don't give a damn what they're doing. So the key here with the Rift Herald is obviously to kite around to the backside and hit it in the eye. Hey look, we're only taking 77 damage from this Rift Herald. So the goal is to try and use the Scuttle Crab's movement speed to get behind close enough to be able to hit the Rift Herald in the back, poke it in the eye. So every time that eye comes up, you want to try and move around to its backside as quick as possible. And once it's down below about 1,000 health, the eye won't spawn anymore. But you should be able to, at that point, just knock it down pretty easy. So we've got enough gold. We're actually going to go back and get the Stinger here. The extra attack speed is really good with Tahm Kench, getting your stacks on faster. It also gives us passive cooldown reduction, which is really nice. So we want to go to the bot lane here. The dragon is up and ready to go, so we want to be there to contest the dragon. If we go for it. We also want to absorb this. We want to get the experience and the gold for ourselves, ideally, but the Draven's only level 9, so we want the Draven to get more experience. So what we're actually doing here is we're hanging far enough back to stay in Fog of War to let Draven get all the gold. And if like the Lee Sin or the Ashe and Sona or the Zac came to contest Draven, then we would be able to walk up and engage on them in a 2v1 situation. Or to turn like a 1v2 gank into a 2v2 and use our surprise and the ability to really turn a fight in our advantage there. So that's why I was hanging back and not taking any of the farm for myself. And honestly, getting the gold on Draven is better than getting the gold on to Tahm Kench, even though I wanted to get fed in this game. So they go to the mid lane, which is the right call for Draven and Nautilus. And I've got the Herald, so I want to push this bot wave. So they're going to go mid, and we're going to go bot. And we want to summon the Herald right now, and then clear this wave as quick as possible. Titanic Hydra makes it trivial to clear the wave, and then we wait for the tower aggro, and then we go straight in. And obviously Rift Herald damage just makes it really easy to take these. So you'll see our team's actually winning in the mid lane, which is good for us. So we push another wave and we just let the Rift Herald keep doing work. Keep hitting this tower. Rift Herald comes in, puts another 1,000 damage on the tower. We keep pushing away. Push, push, push. That's all we're doing here, is just continuing to push this. Rift Herald makes another pop onto the inhibitor here. We've got a big wave backing us up because the Rift Herald has been allowing this wave to stack up. So we're going to keep hitting this inhibitor here. Ashe doesn't get aggressive. 3v1, I see they're about to engage on this Kindred, so I just come up here, swallow her right up, and walk away. I don't know what the Kassadin was thinking, but I want to walk this way to discourage chase. I want to show myself just to discourage them from chasing the Kassadin, and then walk away. I'm going to head to the top lane now and try and pick up some farm. I actually think, yeah, the Scuttle Crab is actually a really good pickup here because it preps us for the ability to do Baron in a met. They have 2 inhibitors down, so this is a really good time for us to do the Baron. Then I go clear out this control ward. I'll go look at the top lane wave, but it's in its pushing position, slow pushing, so this is a good time for me to just simply back here. And I think what I do is I just pick up the health component for the Sunfire Cape with Annie Cinder, and I'm walking straight back to the top lane again. Because I see the Fiora is pushing the top lane, so I know I'm going to need to be there to contest the wave and not let it crash into the tower, pick up the experience and gold. And we're also pinging out Baron at this point, so I let him know I've got my ultimate teleport ready. We've got both the mid and the bot lane pushing with super minions, so it's a really good time for us to go ahead and take this Baron. And Nautilus is tanking it up, seems like he's tanking it up pretty well, but I actually put out a fair bit of damage here. I'm doing 87 for each auto attack, which is more than the Kassadin and more than the Draven. Or not as much as the Draven, but it's more than the Kassadin, more than the Nautilus. So my damage is not insignificant there. And I want this Kassadin to go contest mid lane. Kassadin should be walking mid lane right now. I've got more wave clear than him. Kassadin doesn't have very good wave clear at all. And between my Bambi Cinder and the Titanic Hydra, I've actually got really good wave clear. So Kassadin should actually be moving to the mid lane to go help contest. And I don't know what Draven was thinking trying to proxy that wave. They should be in the mid lane right now. Kindred, if you look on the minimap, is actually doing the smart thing. And she's actually pushing in the mid lane. So we pop our shield here, and we just walk away. We've got enough that we don't die from tower shots. Kassadin uses Zonia's. I'm just going to keep hitting this tower. I mean, we're wiping the floor with them, and the whole goal here is to get everything pushed in. So, push that tower in,
Has destroyed a turret.
push another tower in. Kindred ends the game here without us finishing off the last tower. So it's a good game. Yeah. Not much to really speak of here on how to lane against the Fiora. There weren't many good examples. We dominated her pretty much right off the bat, and then she played super passive from there on out. But learned a little bit about the laning phase against Fiora. You get your stacks on, and you just auto-attack her. You have, with your passive doing additional magic damage, you actually have more damage than an early game Fiora because she needs an item. She ideally needs to get her Black Cleaver and her Ravenous Hydra to be able to compete with you on just raw damage output. What makes Fiora so good is her riposte and her auto attack resets, but your base damage and your tank stats mean unless she has her ultimate on you, she can't fight you. So when you fight a Fiora in lane, especially early, you want to Q poke her once or twice to get her down a little bit, and then you just start auto-attacking her. Literally, you just auto-attack, auto-attack, auto-attack. Eventually, she's going to get antsy and try and riposte you to prevent some of the damage and slow you so she can disengage. And as soon as she riposts, that's when you Q her to stun her, and then you get on top of her to eat her. You just wait until she riposts before you use your Q or your W. The only time you would want to consider using your Q or W before she's riposted is if the fight's pretty close and you need to make sure it turns in your favor. Ideally, what you want to do in that instance is W her, because the W stun is only 0.25 seconds versus your Q stun being 2 seconds. So, and the animation on your W is a lot shorter than the animation on your Q, so it's a lot more difficult to anticipate the W eat as a riposte than it is to anticipate the Q, because you can react to the Q and you basically have to predict the W. So you WE her and then spit her out, and hopefully that finishes her off. And most likely, if she doesn't riposte the W, she'll riposte as soon as she comes out of the stun suppression, the 0.25 second stun suppression from the W eat. And once she does that, once she riposts straight out of that, that's when you can Q her and finish her off. So that's how you kind of trade and lane against a Fiora, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time.
I am the River King!